All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this philo is going to be a little different. It's not going to be. It's kind of on the logic of a lot of this stuff we've been talking about. Even the whole sovereignty thing we've been discussing. I've been reading out of that book for you, and I read something in it last night. I want to share it with you guys, but I don't. I want to give you just a little bit of it. It literally made me think of something else, and then another thing. And honestly, I love it, man. It was crazy. I heard something from one of the pastors I like, Stephen Furtick. So this was kind of me listening to him, and it's kind of my interpretation from it. But one thing I will tell you guys, like if I could start it, like I mean, if you guys have never heard Stephen Furtick, if you've never heard of T.D. Jakes is my favorite. I don't go to church. I really don't. I listen to people I believe are talented and speak good words. So I do, and that's, I encourage you guys to check some of those people out if that stuff interests you. However, this is why I'm telling you this, and I thought it was interesting because I was watching it last night. And they had a live thing, and it blew my mind because there was only like it's still a lot of people, but there was 700 people watching that nightly church sermon. And it made me, like, honestly, I felt very, very humbled because I was just excited to think that, like, wow, we have almost 4 times as many people listening to that here now. So to have you guys be able to get some of that message out there, I love it. And you really think here, you have a strong community. I hope you guys know that. And it's something that, I hope these words hit you. I hope they're able to help you. I hope you guys are ready to go, especially with earnings season in the end of the year. I mean, I'm really, really excited. And honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything aside, I want you guys, I'm about to change your mindset today with something else because we keep talking earnings, end of the year, but like, please, please, please do not forget. We're about to start a new year. It's about to be 2021. What are you saying? It's all going to start over. So I hope you guys are excited for that. You got a long, long, long journey ahead, and it's a brand new year already. I already feel it. We're already in there. So I hope, you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up with some of these. I hope you guys are really realizing it's not like we're coming to the ending of something or anything. Like you get another chance. Like that's all. That's hype. We're about to start up from here. A lot of you guys, what do you do now? Where do you go from where you're at? So I love it. I'm excited. I think it's great. But this is what I want to talk about today. We're going to talk about 2 different things. I'm going to talk about miracles. It does relate to what we've been talking about last week. Who's really in control and understanding that as an anchor. That's all that stuff we shared last week. It's an anchor. It's not. I'm trying to give you stuff practicality so that you could understand things, so you could live your life positively, so you could go about what you want. I hope you guys don't forget that. It's not like we're speaking like, well, what's the point? Why is it important to know this or that? Or why, how does this help philosophically? It's to really give us fuelosophy to keep you guys going and be grounded in something and remain stable. So I like that, but I want to talk about getting cut. Cutbacks, setbacks. You remember pruning? You guys remember we've had that philo. We've talked about pruning, right? You got to prune the tree for it to grow. Does that sound familiar? You got to cut the bad branches, cut the branches that don't produce fruit. You must prune them so that they could grow, so that you can grow, so everything gets there, right? Awesome. You guys know it, right? That sounds familiar. So let me remind you, again, another reminder. The pruning is God a lot of the times, or positive. I hope you realize, whatever you believe. But it's God. It's not always the devil. I hope you guys know that. That's a key to note. And why I'm telling you this is for the practical application. This phrase stuck out to me. It stuck out to me a lot. If you think it's the devil, you're going through your pruning season. Some of you you can't have a fully good year. I hope you know that. Again, there's going to be ups and downs. But some of you know how to handle the upside. You could ride the wave when it's doing good. Then something bad happens. Maybe you can handle little things, but then eventually, sometimes it'll clap you. And it gets you feeling a different way, and it'll have you acting a little different. But if you think it's the devil, you will miss your opportunity to bear fruit. You understand that? I hope you do. If you think the devil is responsible for the pruning, you're going to miss your opportunity to bear fruit. What do I mean by that? You're looking around at your life, an event happens. A lot of this time we're like, oh, if this is that, if this, you're like, oh, if it pleases God, we've been talking about this, but think about that. Like, in all honesty of it, is that, things are happening. You lost money on a trade. Like DraftKings, I could easily be like, that's the devil trying to test my faith. That's the devil, lubba, lubba, debba, duba. No. Because if you think that's your mindset towards it, you're going to be looking at it, but you're going to get clapped, low key. You won't be able to recognize. And then really what happened, think about this. A lot of us don't have faith in life in the sense of something happens to us and think about how much we change it or we try to change it. How many of us have just sat there and accepted it positive? Yeah, exactly. This is what Furtick was talking about last night. That's what I said. I heard him saying this, and this stuck out to me because it is true. It really, really is true that, again, these setbacks, when you get pruned, it is supposed to be so that the nutrients could go to the right places. So it could go the right place so you could grow. So some things got removed from your guys' life. You know that? Some of you guys lost money. Some of you lost friends. Some of you lost time. Some of you had opportunities taken away from you. Think about all of that stuff that happened. Anything of any nature. It was a trimming. In the moment right now, it sucks. You did not like it. You cannot understand it. It really makes a lot of sense. Why? Because you don't know the future. But something happened, but now the problem is how do you manage it now? Because obviously in the future, we're going to see what it led to, right? A lot of us had situations where you were, something happened. It was bad in the moment, but looking back, you're like, wow, thank God that happened. But the question is, how did you respond? Did you have faith at that moment? Did you continue? And honestly, this is very stock market. I hope you guys know that. I'm really speaking stocks. I'm really speaking money. I'm really speaking opportunity, both for the end of this year and the beginning of next year. This is why I'm telling you this. Because whatever, don't forget what you've been blessed with. Don't forget where you've come from. Don't forget how far you've came. Don't forget what the alternative could have been, my friend. Please don't. But now moving forward, it's like, how are you going to profit off this is taking all of this in stride. Whatever you got clipped on, whatever you got clapped on, whatever's not there, you have to really understand that sometimes if you are a positive person, again, where do you have faith in? What do you believe? Do you believe it's all going to work out? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in positivity? Do you believe in your skills and talents? I believe in God, and I believe in all those other things. You do your thing, but think about what I'm saying is that if you understand that it's going to lead to something better, you're going to be good. But the people I'm scared about, the people I'm worried about, is the people who all the time something bad happens. I mean, how many times, this is the line that he said this, I love it. Why do they always try to give the devil credit? Some of you guys have something in your life, you lost something, it didn't go as work, and you're like, oh, it's the devil. It's attacking me. It's a devil. Like, no. It's not the devil when 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, if that didn't happen, it's going to lead you into the best opportunity of your life. That you can't give the devil credit for that. That was God. The setback, the pruning, that was God is trimming the tree. It's not the devil. And that's what I'm saying is if you get in that negative mindset with whatever's setting anything, you go through any setback, and if you think it's the devil, you think it's something there to stop you as opposed to propel you and get you ready for an opportunity, you're going to miss your opportunity to bear fruit. That's what obviously the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. But imagine being there in the field, but you don't harvest because you thought it was the devil. You thought it was because of this. You thought it was that. It's not. And that's what I'm saying. Just focus on this because I'm sure some of you guys are having good years. Some people good years. It's kind of getting a little rocky right now, whatever it may be. Or again, it's funny how this year worked. Even for me, I had good things happen in other areas, beautiful things that have happened, untouchable. But then in other areas, had some other setbacks. So I'm sure some of you guys are in the same boat too. And that's the idea, is just how are you going to handle it moving forward? What are you viewing it as? Why is something not there today? Why is something missing? Did you take a loss? Why? Yeah, it's just like the best to come philosophy. Amen. So it's usually God. And this is the next thing he said. I love this point, and this one really got me because it gave me a sense of peace, and it made me realize how stupid I was at times. And I took pride in my ignorance, honestly. This is what Furtick said. He said, it's not what you think it is. He went on this phrase. It's not what you think it is. And the concept is very, very true. It's just like this. It's like you're going through something and you're assuming it is what it is. You see something and you're like, oh, it must be the devil. It's not what you think it is. You see a credit spread. I had to explain it 20 times on Friday. They're like, why don't you just take the loss? Stop gambling. Stop gambling. Stop gambling. Like, no, it's not what you think it is. But now think about that. It made me think about it because I started realizing, I was like, man, anything I'm really stressing over, I asked myself, what if I'm wrong? Like, what if I'm just like, I'm worried about something, but what if I'm worried about that because of my imagination? I don't really have any fact with it. I'm like, oh, what if this doesn't happen? What if the real estate market, honestly, I mean, how do you think people get overly bearish, realistically speaking? Have you ever? That's why I'm saying that people read zero hedge articles, but then they go crazy on them. Then they stop buying anything. Then they just only buy gold, everything. I love it because it's not what you think it is. But sometimes if you're looking at stuff and you're reading it and you're taking it in, you may think it's worse than what it is. And that's why I was stressing out a bunch of stuff. I was in the shower. I had another shower thought, and as I was listening to this, I was like, damn. I was like, would I be tripping out if the situation wasn't as bad as I'm imagining? And I said, yeah, I wouldn't be. I would be fine. I said, and how would it be? So put both of these hand in hand. If you think that it's the devil always setting you back as the devil and there's nothing good from it, you're going to miss your opportunity to bear fruit. Second, however you think about it, most of the time it really is not what you think it is. You're misinterpreting a lot of it. And it's going to lead you down a different path, and it might make you lead to the first thing where you recognize something that's good for you. You might recognize it as a downside when it's not. And I'm just telling you guys from what I told you yesterday, there's a piece. The minute I asked myself that question, I chilled. I was like, that's right. Like maybe those people I'm worried about, they're going to be safe. I'm scared about some people, some of you guys. I'm making prayers for some of you guys. Maybe it's just not what I think it is. And instead of, because what I think it is I'm highlighting the negative. That's why I'm stressed out about it. But if it's not what I think it is, and I highlight the positive, and that I don't understand why, but it'll lead to something. I mean, honestly, for some of you, that's not a good enough answer. I understand that, but for some of us, it is. So it reminded me of something else now. This whole logic of it's not what you think it is. And then I was reading that book, and again, it came back down to this logic of God is in control. Don't underestimate literally sovereign, the power of God, all of this. Saying it's again, to give you an anchor to understand what is in control. And this idea of it's not what you think it is came to mind. And I see it with even miracles and positive stuff happening. And I had a funny thought. So I'll share it with you guys, but this is also what I'm going to kind of close it with so you could just understand it's not what you think it is. If you think it's the devil, you're going to miss your opportunity, but finally, there's big in a bunch of miracles right in front of you all the damn time. And that's what it is. It's not what you think it is. And this is where it's going to get a little weird here, I'd say. I mean, have you guys seen that cougar video? Like the recent one of that cougar almost attacks that guy on the trail. Has anybody seen that video? It just came out. Let's see. Just look at how many people. You guys have heard about it, right? Interesting. Look at that. All of you guys in here, all of you have seen that video. This guy could have got clapped. Ooh, it's creepy. Creepy. So what did you think when you saw that video? That was fake the walk. About scary. I was tripping out. I visualized that, right? I was like, what would I have done? I didn't know you're supposed to look at. I was like, this is crazy. Oh man. So I was like, you always gotta keep the peace on you. Amen. Yeah, you start thinking what you would do in that position. I agree. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we see those videos all the time, low key. And think about all the close call videos you see on the internet. There's a lot, right? We like the close call videos. That was a close call. It's like, whoa, what just happened? He could have died. He should have died probably. Oh, this guy, people got a crazy accident. They avoid it. This happens, that happens. Close call. So we see all of those videos all the time. And it got me thinking. That's where it kind of came down to all this. I think that's my meal prep. Reddit, watch people sobriety. You like it? Yeah, the video's real. So I saw something different. It's funny what you guys said. I saw something different. What I saw, I was like, man, because it said this in the book, and it made me think. It was explaining the sovereignty of God over the wild beasts in the world. And then it was also about what's it called? It was just saying how even controls people, their hearts, everything else. We've talked about that concept, but I don't know. I just saw it as a miracle. And that was one of those things. Remember I told you guys the other day? I was like, how many of you guys were like, we don't see miracles anymore. You don't see people walking on water. You don't see this and that. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you have a phone and can connect with somebody all across the other side of the world. Like, you don't think that's a miracle? Like, we talk you could talk to somebody. Like, my voice is coming to your house and I'm not next to you. That's a miracle. But then that's what I started viewing those situations. That's why I was like, maybe it's not what you think it is. That's why I was like, I don't know. We look at these videos like they're these close call encounters. But I was like, are we just watching documented miracles? That we live in this world that you don't really see too much miracles, but then when we see miracles, why don't we give it credit? That's what I was thinking of. Because I was like, dude, go watch any close call videos. You're like, wow, that person made it. Wow, this was that. It's like, dude, that's a miracle right there. Like, that is divine control in a way. Maybe it's luck. I don't know. And this is why. I got really philosophical with it because I was like, I don't know why it would happen to be a miracle. Like, seriously, though. Why is it a miracle for that guy? Right? That guy gets away from the cougar, it's a miracle. But what about the people who've encountered a mountain lion and passed away? Let's be real. That's another concept. Is that a miracle? Is that not a miracle? That's weird now. You can't, that's both sides. Honestly, a bad joke. Maybe the guy who did end up getting eaten by the lion just didn't have his phone out. So God didn't let him have a miracle because he couldn't document it. No, I don't know. I really don't know. But I asked myself this question. I was like, why? And I don't know. I said, maybe, if I see a miracle, I'll rejoice when I see one and just have sorrow whenever I see a tragedy. So it goes both ways. But the thing I was just saying is that I think we see a lot more miracles before us. And it's not what you think it is. We see it as these little minor events as opposed to maybe that is something a little bit more divine and spectacular than we would think. And maybe that, it's not what you think it is, what you're going through. And I think the same thing. I think it might be a little bit more divine and spectacular than you think it is as well, too. And if you think that it's nothing, if you think that it's negative more than positive, you might miss your opportunity to really embrace it. Or even, honestly, just get excited. Like, honestly, I got excited. That video, the close call. Now when I look at close call videos, I used to get entertainment from them. You guys know I used to watch boat crashes, and I like planes, like the sketchy planes. Like that shit scares me. It's all these close calls. I love them. But now I see it in a different way. Because I'm just like, dude, the world is filled with miracles. We have cameras documenting it left and right, but now we've boiled it down to nothing. We've boiled it down to memes and YouTube videos that get views. But it's like, look at what's happening right in that video. It's like, that's pretty wild. So it gave me a little bit of positivity, and it allowed me to connect it to this whole process here. Spies dropping another new low. So I hope it gives you perspective. But more so, I hope you guys get this reminder. The pruning is God. It's not always the devil. If you think it's the devil, you're going to miss your opportunity to bear fruit. And there's a lot of things, there's miracles right in front of you. If you can't recognize it, you won't be able to get your own. Okay? Simple as that. Some of you are asking for a miracle, thinking some stuffs don't happen. Some of you need to ask for a miracle too. Can I mention that? Maybe I should mention that too. And I know some of you, I'm sorry, some of you are too good for miracles. I get it. Yeah. You're an intelligent, intellectual. Your life is good. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Some of you are too good for miracles. I feel you. But I don't feel you, though, because I want my miracle. I want miracles all the damn. I like miracles. That gets me hyped. That's crazy. Like, honestly, TLT was a miracle. Above all else, there was all the other plays, other stuff. Some of you getting in here was a miracle in and of itself. Yeah, I want one, right? If it pleases you, exactly. I want it. If it pleases the Lord, I would love a miracle. But that's the question, though. God isn't going to give you something you don't recognize all the time, or that you don't. That literally He's already giving it to you, but you're not. You think it as something else. It's not what you think it is. And remember, I've told you guys, don't deny your next blessing because it's wrapped in a gift wrapping paper you don't like. Promise you, the box and the wrapping paper is different than what's inside. And usually, your gift is wrapped up in something you don't like. Imagine that. Your miracle is going to be handed to you by the person you hate. The thing you don't like. You hate Donald Trump. Guess what? Donald Trump supporter is going to bring your miracle. You hate Biden? Oh, guess what? A liberal is going to come save your life. And without them, you wouldn't be able to do what that's why we should show love to everybody no matter what. That's why I would even tell you, be open to it. I don't even care. Let's not get into the specifics. You don't have to look left, right, this and that. I want you to just be open to it. I want you to be looking for the miracle. Seek and ye shall find. So some of you, like I said, you're too cool for it. You don't have to. But some of you, there's something negative, there's this and that. Maybe you're bouncing, you kind of feel a little stable, whatever it is. Start looking for the miracle. Closed mouths do not get fed, my friend. I hope you know that. It's same thing money-wise, business, spiritually, everything. Do you want it or not? Are you looking for it? But if you keep ignoring it, I don't know. If you don't see it when it's happening, of course, like why don't you believe in miracles? Because you haven't what? You haven't seen somebody get struck down by lightning? Go on Live Leak. Tell me how many miracles you see. Go on Instagram. Go watch a close call encounter. Go look in your life. How many times should you have been dead? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you should have been broke. Last year, you should have been broke. This virus should have killed you. This virus, you should have been broke, unemployed. You should have lost your home. Like, come on. But what? You want someone struck down by lightning? You want to walk on water? You see what I'm saying? They're all in front of you. So you got your miracle, but keep looking for it too. There's more than one, baby. There's more than one. So, just not what you think it is. I hope you guys view it positively, but again, don't miss your opportunity to bear fruit. Okay? I don't want you guys to, because again, I don't want negativity to come your way, ups or downs as we get into the earnings season, we get into the end of the year, the beginning of the year. This is where you need to keep your helmet on. This is your helmet, ladies and gentlemen. This is your head. This is knowing that this is why you need to practice, stretch those mental muscles, stretch the muscles of faith, believing in yourself, confidence. You guys know that? I'm bringing this full circle. I need you, honestly. You guys need to believe in stuff. And that's why do you think, you know why it's so hard for some of you guys to believe in stuff? You don't know why? Come on. You don't know? It's very simple. Very, very hard to believe in something else if you don't believe in yourself. For real. Think about it. It's very, very hard to go out and believe, when you're doubting what you could do. That's why you call it Bible study, call it this and why. I want all of you built up from the ground up. How am I going to have you believe in something you can't see? When you wake up with your body every day, you see your body, you see your face, you think your thoughts, and you can't even believe in you, which is tangible. Well, shit. That's why the confidence is key. And that's why I have confidence and know what to look for and keep that confidence. But that's what we talked about. So it's pretty simple, but be on the lookout for it. Be on the lookout for the good and not the bad. Because chances are that thing that you think is bad is probably going to hook you up. You just don't know it yet. Now you just got to have the confidence in the peace to ride through it and not change the course or ruin it, just like the long term. That's it. But that's pretty much it. I think we're going to get some miracles for some people if you're looking. I don't know when or how or whatever, but I'm looking for them now. At least I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I'm searching right now. I'm a big miracle guy. I like them. I know it's crazy. I don't believe, you don't believe what I believe. That's fine, but some of you do. I want some of you, man, just let's go. Do you want it or not? Let me give you another one because I read this. It's one of my favorite parables in the Bible. One of my favorite ones in the Bible. Spoken by the words of Jesus. He said, if you go in the middle of the night and knock on your neighbor's door and ask him for a cup of sugar, and he says no, and you keep knocking and keep knocking and keep knocking, what's going to happen? He will come down and he will give you your sugar. Not because he's your friend, not because he likes you, not because he wants to give you the sugar, but because you are so persistent and annoying, he'll give it to you to go away. That's what it says in the Bible. You realize that? I know some of you have never cracked open a Bible in your life. That's a word from Jesus Christ, historically taken back, that people will agree on. That's what he said. He said, I'll give you what you want because you're annoying. Not because I like you, not because this, not because of that. So maybe you don't know anything about anything. But if you just believe that simple concept, it'll take you pretty far. So, you want a miracle or not? You want something, do you think, is that setting you up? Is it setting you back or is it setting you up? You tell me. But are you looking for it and are you persistent? That's all. Doesn't need any, don't care what you like, what you believe or anything. Keep knocking. Keep looking. So annoy God, say less? Yes, annoy God. 100%. Why do you think we keep talking about God? How can you annoy God? Whew. How often have you tried? That's it. You only say something every now and then. You're like, God, give me this. I'll pray. I'll give me this. You know, at least 2,000 people in here have never said anything to God. Ooh. Some of you say God, you talk to God in a script. You got your little prayer written out. Some of you only when you're on an airplane, whenever you want something, whenever DraftKings is down. Different scenarios. How about every day? And again, you know what that is? That's like also positivity. How many times a day are you reminding yourself, I'm on the right path? Or you become what you think about? Are you annoying your mind with positive thoughts? Probably not. But you are annoying it with negative thoughts, and then you're confused why you're negative or why things aren't what you wanted. It's that same concept, but reversed. You've annoyed your mind and your brain, all negative thoughts, why you can't do this, why you're that, why this is like that. And then boom, you were so annoying about being negative, the world gave it to you. It handed, because it said, shut up already. Here you go. You thought you couldn't do anything? Well, there you go. You didn't do anything. You wouldn't shut up about it. So flip the script. That's it. That's it. But that is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watch List and main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Bootcamp, our real estate course. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Keep it positive and respectful. I'll have something for you tomorrow, too. And then follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity.